Hello plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys we're going to go over 5 top plants that I'm loving or have loved throughout the month of August. So let's just jump into it. So guys, I've been pretty much trying to stick with 5 plants because really for this particular one, I could have actually picked more than 5 plants, but I want to keep it streamlined, and it can be challenging from time to time to pick those 5 plants. So the one thing that I have noticed is what makes it on the list for me is really those plants that stand out to me during the month where I feel like I may be looking at them a little bit more, or where I'm taking notice of them a little bit more, or even appreciating really growing them a little bit more. So I think when it stands out to me, that's when they actually make it on the list. So let's start with the first one. The first one, you guys, I have is actually this Silver Bay Aglinema. This is one of my favorite Aglanemas, and I have been having some issues with some of my Aglanemas, but this one right here has never given me any problems at all. I've almost had it for 2 years, and I'm gonna tell you a little story with this. Is this plant I had ordered online through some company, I really can't remember, but this was actually during the winter time, and this plant got actually lost in the mail, and magically it arrived, even though, you know, everything was done as far as it being lost in the mail. And when it got here, when it arrived like a little bit like frost burn to a certain extent. And I didn't think this plant was going to make it. I really didn't, because it was not really in the best of conditions when I got it. But after giving it a couple of days or so, maybe a few weeks, it started bouncing back, and I had put it underneath my grow light, and it really started taking off. Right here, you guys, if you see, it's like a little hole. I do believe when this leaf unfurled, it got stuck at the tip. And so when it did release itself, it kind of snagged itself, because I kind of left it alone. I didn't try to encourage it. And anyway, but I really love this plant because that beautiful gray on green combination is just gorgeous. I mean, just look at this foliage. And I have about a total of just 3 plants in here, and this is like a statement piece. Let me show y'all. I have this in my beautiful planter. Let's see. Actually, give me a second. Let me fix it. Let me fix her up. I want her to look nice for y'all. Okay, so I have her actually in this planter, you guys. Isn't it adorable? This is like one of my favorite planters, but I mean, the hair is gorgeous, isn't it? I've had this planter for probably as long as I've had this plant. And actually, I've swapped out many plants in this planter to see which one fits. And I don't know, I just like this vibe. I call her Chiquita. I don't know why, but that's what I think of when I see it. But look, guys, isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. I think it pairs well, the dark color leaves with this beautiful purple tone planter. It really sets the tone. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. Give me a second, because I do not want anything to happen to this planter. Okay, so my next plant, you guys, is actually my what is this? Philodendron silver stripe, or silver streak, silver something. And guys, look, I mean, y'all already know that I love my beautiful Brazil that's growing on the wall behind me, but I really love these leaves. It's so creamy, and it has that beautiful contrast of, I would say, like a light green to dark green, lime green to creamy, and then a yellowish creamy that's combined in here. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to show y'all this plant too. When I brought it, it wasn't like a little, I think a 3-inch planter. It's not really getting a lot of light, but as you can see, it's not affecting its growth at all. This plant is in my bedroom, hanging on a shelf, and it's like several feet away from my windows in my bedroom, and it is loving life. But it's loving it so much, you guys. I'm actually, and I wanted to show y'all because I'm going to, I want to cut it, and I probably will chop it back this far. And I know y'all know, like, why? But I want to cut it, propagate it, and put it in the top because the top is not as full as I want it to be. So I think I am going to do that. I'll probably cut it, honestly, after doing this video because I do want to give it some time to get some roots, and I know right now would be the best time to do it. We're approaching towards the end of the summertime. It's going to enter fall real soon, and you know, guys, these days and weeks fly by. So I think I am going to chop it and try to propagate and promote some growth first. And I think I have enough time, at least 5-6 weeks, but I believe philodendrons do kind of, the majority of my philodendrons, I put it like that, they do grow roots very well, and my best way to go with it is actually going to be the water propagation is what I'm going to do. Now, I know I could actually do probably like the pin method and just swirl it, for example, swirl it around. I don't want to break the stem, but like do a swirl around and kind of like pin it down, but I really don't want to do that. Because for me, I mean, I have done it from time to time and it is successful, but because I love this plant so much, before I actually do, I want to make sure the roots are established before I actually pot it back up in here. So yeah, y'all wish me luck with that. My next plant is actually another plant that is in my bedroom, but it is loving life right now and is thriving, and I'm loving it. And that is my beautiful Domino peace lily. You guys, this plant has grown very great for me, and like I said, that creaminess is gorgeous, right? But the cherry on top for me is also the blooms. Wow. So this one, I just noticed it just opened up today, and I'm surprised. It's the first time I actually had more than one bloom. Usually this peace lily along with my platinum mist are the two peace lilies that I have that blooms more often for me. I don't know why. I don't know if that has anything to do with the variety, even though I do have an all green variety, which is one of my oldest peace lilies, but for some reason it has never bloomed. Interesting, but this plant is absolutely gorgeous. I love the shape, the texture. It feels like wilted leaves or some form of like spinach. It looks like spinach that you just start to cook as it wilts. And like I said, it has the subtle creamy color, and I think everybody can appreciate those subtle variegations in the leaves. And like I said, the blooms, which is such a cool vibe. I love it, and waking up every morning to actually see this plant really jump starts my day. Now, plant number 4. This plant I have not had that long in my collection, but I am loving it right now because it has been really giving me growth, and I am surprised because it is a Hoya. And usually when I buy small specimens of Hoyas, to me, it seems to take like a growing season to actually start getting acclimated and promoting new growth. But I think the conditions in this sunroom is just so powerful till it's just, I don't know, making my Hoyas really do a lot of dancing this year. But this is my Hoya Sarawak. If y'all remember watching me unbox this plant, I want to say that I actually had, if not 2 leaves, then 3 leaves at the most. And I know I had this big leaf right here along with this one. But I'm not sure if this one grew in or if this was included. But needless to say, you guys, since I've had this plant, and I haven't had it for, I don't even think I've had it for 6 months yet. And it has grown, giving me this leaf along with this leaf. And I don't even know if I can show y'all. You see that beautiful leaf that just came in? And it's going to get a little bit bigger because it's still soft. It hasn't hardened up. One of the things I am admiring, I love that beautiful red hue tone that it comes in, and then it eventually starts turning green. But it also has this beautiful, y'all probably can't see it and I can't. It's another little leaf. You see that on my thumb? It's another little baby leaf right there that I noticed too, and it's starting to size up. And I have this plant, I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure that wasn't a pest. And the leaves feel soft, so I know I need to give this plant a drink, and I will when this video is over with. But you guys, I really love this Hoya. This is one of the Hoyas that was on my wish list. I'm so glad I was able to find an affordable price for it. And like I said, it's been loving life here in my sunroom. It's been giving me off tremendous amounts of growth. I haven't had any issues. I still actually have it in this chunky cocoa core mix that it came in, and I don't really want to swap it out. I want to leave it as is because, like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So it's loving it, whatever this mixture is. But I will also too, whenever I upsize it or change it or whatever case, I am going to do my best to try to be mindful of the planting medium that it is in, because I do want this plant to thrive. I don't, and I don't have it. I just have the planter sitting in this terracotta, and that's because I don't really want it to dry out that quickly. And so I just plopped it in there. And anyway, it still looks nice and maintain the integrity of the plant. I love it. I'm so glad I have it in my collection. I have it sitting on one of the floating shelves that's up against the window, so it's getting a lot of bright light. And even though it's getting a lot of light, it's not really chlorotic, I don't think, as far as the color, but it does give me that beautiful red stressing that we're looking for. Now my fifth and final plant, you guys, I've had this plant in my collection for, I don't know, I'd say about a year and a half. And I had a lot of ups and downs with this plant. I don't know why, but I did. And even though we've had our challenges, this plant still has been giving me beautiful foliage. And that is my Philodendron Jungle Boogie. I love this plant a lot. I've always been a sucker for leaves with jagged edges. The only thing about this plant though, and maybe you guys in plant world can help me out, this Jungle Boogie has like these spots. I don't know if, can y'all see that? I can't tell if y'all can see that, but if y'all see, or if you know what I'm talking about, it's like these little dots. They're not pests or anything like that, because I've been having this issue with this particular plant since I've gotten it. So it's not any, I don't think it's pests. And the way that I make sure I clean the leaves and I do my pest pre-management treatments on it, don't think it's from anything like that. But is it some form of deficiency, you guys? Like I need to be giving this plant something that it needs to stop these spots on here? I mean, they don't bother me that much. It's just that, you know, when you are looking at like checking plants for pests, you know, it always throw my eyes off guard, and I just want to make sure that that's not the issue, even though I don't think it is. Do y'all believe or think that maybe I may need to use chelated iron in this? I'm not sure. But comment below, let me know. But nonetheless, you guys, this thing has been growing, really showing its booty this growing season, and it's just been putting up nothing but new leaves one after another. And this leaf right here, still soft, you guys, is the newest leaf that has unfurled. And I mean it really has its name, rightfully so, Jungle Boogie, because it really does give you that jungle vibe, and I'm really loving it. And it's sitting on a table over here below my window in my sunroom, and it's beneath a cascade. The light is cascading to it, because the way I have it sit, even though it's right by the window, I do have this beautiful big tree out back that's kind of like covering some of the sun. So it is definitely getting a lot of bright indirect light. I have it planted in this terracotta pot, which I think is doing very well, along with some beautiful drainage in here. And I think I just watered this plant, was it yesterday? And I mean, it's just, I'm so proud of you. But yeah, I know sometimes you guys, I can go on and on about my plants, but I admire them so. And when I do these segments, it actually really gives me even more opportunity to admire the beauty of my plants. Like I said, when you have a large collection, you guys, you just pretty much inspect them for pests. You look over them, you check the soil, see if they need water, if it's any wilted leaves, dry leaves, things like that. But because you do take a lot of time with the care, I don't think you really take a lot of time for appreciating the beauty of the plant. So doing these end of the month things for me kind of helps me really appreciate my plant a little bit better, and actually admire or appreciate the time and effort that I put in to make sure that they stay healthy as well as thriving. But that pretty much is this video, you guys. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, you know what to do. Subscribe to this channel, like and share with family and friends if you like. Continue to push those thumbs up. Come on, let's push them up, guys. I need your help. I really do. I appreciate any support that you guys can provide me. And y'all enjoy your day wherever you are in the world. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.